Hello, everybody. Brooks Baptiste here at the First Alert Desk. Man, oh man, you know it. Every time I come on the screen, it's because I've got a special guest with me. And this morning, that is no different, talking all of your latest trending entertainment news. We've got iHeartMedia's very own JoJo Alonzo joining us now. JoJo, it's always great to have you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Brooks.
See, it's a Monday, but JoJo makes sure we wake up on a Monday. She brings that vibe, that energy that we need, right?
Uh, got to do that. Got to bring the energy and the vibes.
I love it. I love it. So we've got a couple of stories that we're going to get to today. One that's really interesting. Jojo, are you a fisher? Do you fish?
So I'm not a fisher, but my family, they are fishers. Okay, huge fishers. They have fishing tournaments for Thanksgiving and all types
Oh
of
wow.
things. So
So this first story we're about to dig into is quite interesting. All right, break this thing down for us.
all right. So there was a fishing competition. And apparently, the winners they won because they cheated. They put lead in the fish in the stomach to make them heavier. So they could win. It was like a $26,000 prize, but they cheated. And the crazy thing is, the judge, he was like, "Hey, like the fish don't look like they weigh that much," which prompted him to cut the fish open and find out that they were cheating.
So wait a minute. So they cut this fish open, and then they're discovering there was something on the inside of the fish that was causing it to weigh a little more than what it really weighed.
Yes, they were putting lead in the fish to make them heavier so that they could win this $26,000 prize. And it's just like, I don't know. That's cheating to the max, I think, because you cheating a lot of people out of this money. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were upset.
Yeah, and I'm looking down at you. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me? I mean, this is over $20,000. We're talking nearly $30,000 for somebody to really do something like this. This wasn't just $2 that you won. This was just a little
Right.
$5 bill, not even just $100. You're talking nearly $30,000 that you really tried to scam your way into getting. Well, they've been found out, so it doesn't look like that's going to be. They won't be getting that money, but still, though.
But would they get in trouble? Like how
I,
much trouble can you get
I
into?
feel like you've got to get in trouble. You've got to be banned from some of those competitions in the future. Like, there's something that has to happen for people to think they can't just do this, get away with it, or potentially get away with it and keep it moving in life. It's like, nah, we can't let that slide.
Exactly. I could see, a little bit of cheating on, Uno or something,
Yeah.
but
A card game at the house, and that's
you
it.
know, exactly. When we talk about over $20,000, that was crazy.
Whew, serious money. Okay, so
I,
there's a kids show that's making a comeback. What was your favorite kids show, JoJo?
so my favorite kids show, actually to this day, is SpongeBob.
Okay, I can see that. I can see
I
that.
love SpongeBob, but I also did grow up on Arthur,
Okay.
and I do see that Arthur is starting to make a comeback, but in a different way. So he is starting his own podcast,
Ooh.
which is, I guess it's fitting because now in society, there are a lot of podcasts, and you've never seen like a child's podcast.
No.
So
And
yeah, so now he's coming back with all his friends, but in a podcast setting. And so when I was thinking this, I'm like, okay, well, he's having a podcast, so is it going to be, the real characters? Are they going to be on there? But no, it's actually going to be animation.
ooh.
Right.
And I'm curious because do you think kids are going to go for that, or do you think kids are still used to, seeing everything on the TV screen,
Well, so you can stream it and then put it on TV, so it could give you that TV feeling. But
And that's
the
what I
way
was
that
And that's what I was kind of wondering, JoJo. So like a podcast, because I feel like we have different thoughts of podcasts these days. I think
exactly.
when podcasts first came out, and I'm taking us back to like some Apple days where they first, like, it was just iTunes before we had Apple Music and everything. You kind of remember when you had a podcast, you literally just listened to a person talk. But now they almost have the video podcast, which is totally
Right.
different.
Exactly. There was a small video, I guess like a trailer that he had,
Hmm.
and it was really cute. It was so cute. It had him trying to set up his equipment, put his headphones on, and like, oh, I'm starting a podcast with my friends. And his younger sister DW came in there, and she's always messing stuff up. So
Yeah,
she came
yeah.
in there like that. But it also said it would be audio, and
Ooh.
it kind of made me think of how when kids they don't know how to read just yet, so they do like the audio of the book.
Yep.
So it'll be kind of like that. It'll be almost similar to that. So they will just sit and listen,
That's
not the visuals, but you will hear it.
That's a
So I think
perfect
it's
way to
pretty
put it.
cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the perfect way to put it, and that could probably really help, kids. And recently, JoJo, I was at an event that I was emceeing about. It was a literacy event for an organization that tends to really help underserved communities catch up to the right level of reading. And unfortunately, some of them don't have books at home. Some of them may have a TV or may have something that could potentially help them, but they just don't have some of the resources that maybe other communities have. So something like this, where it's an educational program, they get to hear it and really take it all in, that may be something that helps them out a little bit.
Yeah, seriously, and it's free.
And it's free. Oh, we're in
Yeah,
there.
and it's free.
I'm with it for sure. It's free now. Anything that's free, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. I want it. I'm
Good.
taking it. I
Free
love it.
last time.
All right, so we know it's Halloween time. JoJo, they always come out with these surveys about the best candy. I've got to know where Georgia stands on this list.
You know, Georgia. So they have like, I guess it's the amount of candy or the type of candy that is bought the most. And Georgia, we have Swedish fish. So I would say, do you guys know what Swedish fish is? But you should, because that is what we're buying the majority of is Swedish fish. Which is actually good. I love Swedish fish. But it's crazy on this list though, when you think of Halloween candy, you would think of, candy corn or the pumpkins, like what is it?
Anything else but Swedish fish. Come on now.
But Swedish fish, that kind of threw me off a little bit, because you don't really see Swedish fish a lot. You can't really go to the gas station and be like, hey, give me a pack of Swedish fish. Do you even know what Swedish fish are?
I know what they are, but I don't like them. They're not good.
You don't? I like Swedish fish.
I feel like they're a knockoff gummy bear. Like they wanted to be a gummy, and then they just have this weird texture that I'm just not a fan
It's
of.
like a Twizzler. It's like a Twizzler.
Yeah. Like that licorice type things, but with the mix of the gummy bear and like old fruit snacks all at the same time. Something about it just isn't right.
Yeah. See, I like Swedish fish. Apparently, everyone in Georgia do too. Because that's mainly what they're buying. I don't know if it's because they really like them, or is it less expensive, or at least expensive,
You know what, JoJo? I thought we were cool, but you might have just hurt my feelings right now, saying that
Look,
you're
I'm gonna
on
get you a
board
pack of
with
Swedish
Swedish fish.
I'm gonna give you a pack, and then we'll see. Maybe your
Okay.
palates have changed over time, and maybe you would like it. But I am surprised to see that candy corn was not on there at all. And I know a lot of people don't like candy corn either. They're like, oh, it tastes like wax or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I like candy corn too. Do I like all the nasty candy?
See, I was about to say that told me all I need to know about you, JoJo. You just admitted to all the stuff that I think the average person's like, I don't know. But I will say, to candy corn's defense, I'm not a lover of candy corn, but I know a lot of people who are. And some folks look at me crazy. I always tease people on Facebook about it. I'm like, oh, it's that time of the year where we start throwing candy in the garbage, referring to candy corn. And people are like, what?
But do you have any candies that you like? Halloween candies?
Halloween candy, I'm always gonna go for Starburst. I always love Snickers. I can eat Snickers all day, every day. But those are my top two. And then I remember growing up, we used to have the little Smarties. Those were always good too. But other than that, or Jolly Ranchers, Laffy Taffies, anything but those two that we just talked about, referring to Swedish fish.
You gotta get into the spirit. You gotta get into the spirit, Brooks.
I guess that's what it is. I guess that's what it is. Okay, so our last story, we're talking about Atlanta-based Chick-fil-A. Everybody loves Chick-fil-A now.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Look, I'm just getting on your bad side all day today.
All right, break it down for us, JoJo.
Okay. So Chick-fil-A is known to have the slowest drive-through time.
Ooh.
But it's kind of like, well, number one, it makes sense. because everybody eats Chick-fil-A, and it's like after a while
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna get backed up. You know, it's too many people that are in the line. But I always thought that Chick-fil-A had a pretty fast, it didn't take that long. But the other day though, I'm not gonna lie, the other day I went to Chick-fil-A and I was in line for a long time, and it made me think, I'm like, this is the longest I've ever been in a Chick-fil-A line.
Yeah, it's typically a long line, but like you say, they have so many people that they're serving, and they're spending a couple minutes saying "my pleasure" to all the folks. So
Right.
so it's okay. We don't mind because the service is so good. You don't mind waiting for it, right? The only
Exactly.
thing I believe in this study, it was saying that Taco Bell was ranked the fastest drive-through, which kind of that that bothered me a little bit
Well, that's
because
because they're not doing nothing but
you said it, I didn't. Now I did wonder, what about Arby's? Don't you think Arby's should be at the top of the list of the fastest because they don't typically have too many people in line?
I was gonna say Arby's don't have nobody in line
So
at
maybe
all.
they
Maybe
are
two
at the
people.
top.
Give me a little roast beef sandwich.
Little roast beef sandwich, some curly fries. The people
Curly
want what
fries.
they want, but I never see a line over there. And there's one not too far from my house, and I was joking a little earlier on the show. I was saying, I mean, I don't, and I say this genuinely as a genuine question. I do wonder how are they staying in business because there just doesn't seem to be anybody over there.
Every so often they'll have somebody over there, and then for the holiday seasons they have like a pumpkin. We was talking about this last time, but like a pumpkin smoothie type of thing
Okay,
now that be having people wrapped around the whole
I was
building.
gonna say, do you go for that?
I've had it before. It was good,
Okay,
but I'm not really onto the pumpkin
right.
flavors and smells and stuff. But but a lot of people are. So it keep people coming back.
I
Roast
think.
beef with the cheese.
Yeah, I think JoJo, you like that pumpkin spice spam we were talking about not too long ago.
Exactly. Exactly. Extra
That's the
crispy.
one. All right, so JoJo, tell us what you're working on, or if there's. I feel like you've been so busy lately. You were at the One Music Fest over the weekend. What you did, the BET Awards, hosting the red carpet. A week before that? So you've really been making things happen. Are there any upcoming projects that we need to be aware of?
Well, I am working on my podcast. It's called Chilling with JoJo. I dropped an episode of that, so I'm starting to get into my podcast realm with Arthur.
I know.
So yes, I'm getting into that as well. I still have the podcast, The Big Homie's House. And then our sister station, Power 96.1, we have Jingle Ball coming up
Ooh,
December 15th.
nice.
So if you guys want to be a part, get some tickets. You got to go to power96.1.iheart.com. And you guys
Sounds.
can get your
And,
tickets.
and JoJo, just tell us real quick, where can we hear you daily? Because we know you're on the air.
Right. So I am on every Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to midnight with the JoJo Big Homie Show, as well as on Saturdays from 3 to 7. And then we also have something that's called Show. It's like a talent show. Like show. It's a talent show. So every Monday and Thursday we go on live and we try to get people with different talents. You can be an artist, a dancer, a chef. It doesn't matter. And then we can get you guys to get an opportunity to be on the show. So
Oh, I may need to try that myself.
yeah, get on there, Brooks.
I may have to try that myself. I don't know if y'all ready for me now. I don't know if you're ready.
I don't know. I don't know now.
JoJo, it's always good to have you on. We'll see you back here on Friday. And for all of you who have tuned in, we appreciate you watching. JoJo, always a fun time with you, my friend. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Brooks.